So, the tables have turned and the roles have reversed. And on this episode, I am very blessed to be interviewing none other than the amazing Jacob Galea.
Thank you, Emily.
You're welcome. So, Jacob, who are you? What do you do? Why do you do what you do?
What a great question. So, well, let me put it to you like this, Emily. When you get to a certain level of, we'll call it connectedness, you don't choose what you do, it chooses you. What I do is I try and live in the moment and feel where I need to go and how I need to go there and what I need to do. What do? I do whatever I'm called to do. If you want to label it, I do business coaching, I do some consulting, I work with athletes, I work with managing directors, I work with business people. My role is to activate greatness within them. I do that by helping them understand how to use their mind properly, how to connect the mind to their emotions, and how to create a pathway of abundance. My role is to be their guardian angel. When no one else believes in them, when they're stuck and they're at a limit in their life where they just feel they can't move anymore, I'm the guy they call. And my role is to help them understand that there is nothing in this life they cannot achieve.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, what do you define success as?
It's a really good question. You know, I think the problem with the word success is just a word. Success is a feeling, and it's a feeling of pure satisfaction. If you can get up in the morning and you can do what you want to do when you want to do it, if you can wear what you want to wear and travel the way you want to travel and be a free spirit to fit into whatever you feel you need to do, then you're successful. I think where people get it wrong, Emily, is that people try and give success offense.
Yeah.
So you're successful if you drive a certain car, or you're successful if you live in a certain house or a certain suburb. That's not success, because once you label something, it is limited.
Yes.
To be limitless. Success is whatever you want it to be, and success for me is a feeling of abundance. And every time I feel abundant and happy, I'm successful.
It's different for every person, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
So, Jacob, do you have a mentor or a coach for yourself?
I do. I have many mentors and coaches. I have a really good mentor that I've been with for a very long time. He's my rock. You know, I ring him. I probably whinge to him quite a bit on the phone sometimes, and I use him as a sounding board. He's fantastic. And I use different mentors for different things.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you need a finance coach, sometimes you need a business coach. But mentor for me, and the reason why I love the word mentor is someone who walks beside you, not in front of you or behind you, but beside you. And you know, you talked a lot in your interview about walking on the beach. A mentor could be the wind. And what I mean by that is you could be walking on the beach, listening to the wind, and have thoughts like the little boy did in The Alchemist when the desert spoke to him. A mentor doesn't have to be a physical thing. A mentor is a moment. A mentor is something or someone who is there to listen to you and connect with you and help you understand you, to make you better. So I do have mentors. I have lots of mentors. I believe in mentors. I think that if you don't have a mentor, get a mentor today. Find someone who can push you and drive you and take you to the next level. A mentor doesn't always look and feel what you think.
Yes.
Sometimes a mentor might show up in a way that you could never imagine. Sometimes my son, who is 10 years old, will say something to me who it's like a mentor talking to me. Pure truth, pure consciousness, from a place of pure love. That's a mentor moment.
So really what you're saying is it's someone or something unlocking an aha moment within you.
That's exactly what I'm saying. The awakening of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So in terms of stress, what do you think about and what gets you back to being centered?
Stress. I'm probably going to be a little bit different on this question, Emily, because I don't believe in stress.
Okay.
I don't believe in the word.
All right.
It doesn't exist in my life. Stress that people talk about is a label. I don't do labels. Stress is an emotion, if you want to call it that you feel. So it's actually not stress, it's an emotion.
Yes.
So what do I do when my emotions start to get on the rise? is I understand them.
Yeah.
And I connect within. And I ask myself if my blood pressure is going high, if I'm feeling a little bit sort of everywhere, as the common people would call stressed, I connect within. And I ask myself, Jacob, what's going on? What do you feel? Why do you feel this? I study emotional intelligence. I'm a black belt in martial arts. And one thing that meditation and martial arts teach you is that if you don't want something to exist in your life, it doesn't. So I don't believe in stress. It doesn't exist in my world.
It's a byproduct of what's really going on underneath.
That's exactly right.
Awesome. Do you have or use rather, visualizations?
Every single day, every minute of every day, the life I live in now created as a visualization first.
Yep.
The power of visualizations is everything.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're not visualizing, you don't know how to visualize, learn. Visualizations is an activator of infinite possibilities. You see, your subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined.
Absolutely.
So you can actually manipulate the world you want to live in. That if you see it in your mind that much, for example, you see yourself on the front cover of Forbes magazine.
I have now.
It will, if you actually believe that and you take the appropriate action steps in your life to get you there, the Chinese business proverb saying that the dripping tap will eventually put a hole through the stone, it'll crack. Visualization is a tool that everybody must use 24/7.
Yeah, wholeheartedly agree with you there. Okay, please, I'm interested. What are some of the tools that you use to keep you motivated?
Yeah, tools. So, affirmations,
Yes.
visualizations. I'm very spiritual, so connectedness, meditation, training, whether it's in the gym or it's martial arts. Time out. Time out's really important to stay motivated because you don't want to get burnt out. Great mentors.
Yes.
I read a lot. Not only am I an author,
Yep.
I believe in the power of either writing. Writing's very therapeutic, taking your thoughts from your head and putting them down. Keeping your eye on the prize. You know, if you keep your eye on the prize and understand why you get up in the morning and why you do what you do, then you should never lose motivation.
100%. You touched on writing too, and the writing with the hand as opposed to the typing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So do you set goals? And if so, how often? How often, actually?
Yeah. Goals are really important.
Yeah.
Look, a lot of people in the self-help, self-development, self-mastery industry
Yep.
will talk about goals and talk about it in a completely different way. What do I do with goals? Look, Emily, goal for me is a roadmap. But the thing is, as you change as a person, your goals change.
Of course.
So you have to learn to, if you put a goal down, you have to understand that's the goal that you've written at that time of life that you're in.
Yes.
So if you write a goal today about what you want to achieve, that's how you feel today as a woman. But in 3 weeks' time, if you feel different, that goal's going to change.
Of course.
Goals for me is something that you have to feel. It has to come from deep within you, and it has to have a purpose. If it doesn't move you on the inside and make you feel connected, then don't write it down. I try and set, rather than goals, I try and set targets.
Yes.
So if you're training in the gym and you're sort of doing bench press, instead of having a goal saying I want to do 20 reps, I'll say my target is I want to get to 25. So first of all, I smash the goal, but I have a target to work towards. Same as weight loss. You know, it's really important that the goal is an end destination, but a target is moving.
It's more tangible.
It's more tangible.
Yeah.
And the difference with goals is, are they infinite or is they finite? So you want a goal to be infinite. Once you label a goal, this is what I want to achieve, it becomes finite.
Yes.
You put a fence around it. It has boundaries. To me, goals should be galactic. It should be universal. It should be spreading so far across the universal metaphysical energy that it doesn't stop. So if I say I want to set a goal to go there, I've just set a limit on where I want to go.
Correct.
I don't want to be limited. I want to be limitless.
Awesome. Why do you do what you do?
You know, Emily, this is not, what I do at the moment is not something you sort of go through school or university and think, you know, one day I want to be a coach, or I want to be a speaker, or I want to help get up in front of audiences. I didn't think I would write a book.
Yeah.
I do what I do because it calls. I feel it. And I navigate through my emotional waters of truth. I do what I do because it feels right. I do what I do because it's very rewarding. You know, I don't have a job. I have a mission.
Yeah.
And to be able to sit in front of people all day long, whether they're individuals coaching or whether it's, you know, it's a team, to be able to walk away at the end of the day and say, if somebody took one thing from what you said today and it changes their life, that's why I do what I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you feel separates a champion from, I guess, an average performer?
Hunger.
Oh.
You got to want it.
Yeah.
You got to want it so bad that it rattles your soul. You know, the Emily, the problem with people is they talk about what they want, but talk is cheap. You got to be willing to die for it. You got to work 24/7 for it. If you want it, you got to be hungry. A champion trains harder than anyone else, diets harder than anyone else, lifts heavier than anyone else. When everyone else is sleeping, they're working, they're training. You got to be hungry. You know, there's no shortcuts to success. It's a long-term formula. If you want to get rich quick, if you want to get big quick in the gym, forget it. Life is a journey. It's not a destination. But you got to be hungry. You got to want it bad. You got to be like Rocky Balboa against Apollo Creed. You got to get in that ring, and you got to want to take this guy down.
Yeah.
And this guy, I'm talking about his life.
Yeah.
You got to be hungry to be the best you want.
Well, clearly you are.
You got to have those warrior eyes, and you got to have the heart of a tiger. And when you've got that, that's a difference between a champion and an average performer.
Wow. That certainly fires you up. I can clearly see how passionate you are about what you do. All of a sudden, you just came to life. Your tiger was roaring.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's purpose.
Yeah.
It's an act that activates greatness within you.
Well, lastly, what are some of your tips that you can give your audience that might help them achieve greatness or become limitless?
Yeah. Tip number 1, read my book, Birth of the Super You. At the back of the book, there's some amazing tools that'll help you understand things like values, entourage, who you spend time with, who you become, intentions, how to break through limits.
Yeah.
Read a lot, because readers are leaders. The more you read, the more information you gather about life, the better armed you are to tackle life. Get a great coach and mentor. You can't do this by yourself. You look at a personal trainer at the gym. It's those extra 5 reps that you get out curling that you grow when you're getting spotted that makes you grow. Get someone push you, because just doing 10 or 20 by yourself, you can get out by yourself, you haven't pushed yourself hard enough. Learn about the mind.
Yes.
Limitless is nothing more than a mindset. Do not set limits on you. Do not set limits on what you can achieve. Forget about everything you've ever been taught. Start from a fresh canvas and go hard and be hungry.
Go hard and be hungry.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Jacob, for letting me interview you today.
Thank you for interviewing me.
It's fantastic what you're doing, and I'm absolutely certain that so many people are going to gain from what you have to give.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.